Managing data efficiently is one of the most important aspects of cloud storage. As data grows, keeping everything in the most expensive storage tier can significantly increase cost. Lifecycle management policies in Azure help automate the movement or deletion of data based on rules you define. In this video, we will learn how to configure a lifecycle management policy in Azure Blob Storage to help your organization optimize storage cost and manage data automatically. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm Manhar and welcome back to MSFT WebCast. Lifecycle management in Azure Blob Storage automatically moves blobs between access tiers or deletes them based on defined conditions. The conditions may include blob age, blob type, last modified time, or last access time. This helps reduce storage cost and keep storage accounts organized without manual intervention. Azure Blob Storage offers multiple access tiers like hot, cool, cold, and archive. Each tier has different storage and access cost. The hot tier is the most expensive for storage per gigabyte but the cheapest to read from. The archive tier is the cheapest for storage but the most expensive and slowest to retrieve data from. Most data follows a predictable pattern. It is written, access frequently for a few days or weeks, then access less often, and eventually not needed at all. Lifecycle management policies automate the movement of blobs between these tiers based on rules you define. You can configure a lifecycle management policy in Azure Storage using the Azure Portal, PowerShell, Azure CLI, or Azure Resource Manager templates. In this video, we'll use the Azure Portal. Open your preferred web browser, navigate to portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type Storage. Under Services, select Storage Accounts. This page displays a list of storage accounts from your Azure environment. Step 1. Create Lifecycle Management Policy. For this demo, I have created a storage account named GJStore ACC. Expand the Data Management section and then click on Lifecycle Management. Keep in mind that Lifecycle Management is only available on general purpose V2 storage accounts. If your account is not version 2, you won't see this option. Select the Enable Access Tracking checkbox to track when a blob was last accessed or modified. This feature is needed to run a rule that moves a blob to a different tier based on the number of days since it was last accessed or modified. If this feature is not enabled, actions referencing access time default to the policy's activation date. To create a new policy, click on Add a Rule. Under Rule Name, enter a descriptive name for the rule. Choose the appropriate values for the rule scope, blob type, and blob subtype. You can apply rules to all blobs in the storage account, specific containers, or specific blob prefixes. A common example of a lifecycle management policy is moving a blob from the hot tier to the cool tier when it hasn't been modified for 30 days. In this case, the rule moves the blob 30 days after its last modification. Start by selecting the Limit Blobs with Filters option. This action adds the Filters Set tab. Select Base Blobs to define the conditions for this test rule. Click Next. You can use the Last Access option only when the access time tracking is enabled and the blob type is set to block blobs. For this example, we will create a rule that moves blobs to a cool storage tier if they haven't been modified for 30 days. Choose the last modified option and enter the desired number of days, for example 30 days. The next step is to define the action. Click the drop-down menu to view all available actions. You can read the description of each action to understand when to use it. Choose the Move to Cool Storage action from the list. Click Add Condition to include additional conditions. You can also set conditions to move blobs to the archive tier after 90 days and delete them after 365 days if needed. I'll delete these conditions. Click Next to continue. You can filter blobs by name or by their first letters. To search within a specific container, enter the container name followed by a / and then the blob name or its starting letters. For example, to filter blobs whose name begins with the log in the test container, type test-container/log. You can add multiple blob prefixes as needed. If you have indexed items with keys and values, you can filter them by specifying the index key and its corresponding values. After configuring the condition, click the Add button. The new policy will appear in the Lifecycle Management list for your storage account. The policy will be applied automatically by Azure to the selected blobs. Now let's move to Step 2. Step 2. Manage existing Lifecycle Management Policy. First, let's see how we can edit an existing policy. Select the policy name you want to edit. Go to the Base Blobs tab. Select Add Conditions to create a new condition. Choose the last access option and enter the desired number of days, for example 90 days. Then choose the Move to Cold Storage action from the list. Click Update and wait until the confirmation notification appears. The existing rule has been successfully modified. If required, you can also disable the existing policy for some time. Select the existing policy. On the top bar, click Disable to turn up the policy. Once the notification appears, verify the policy status. It should now be disabled. You can follow the same steps to enable the policy. You also have the option to delete the policy. This is how you can manage an existing lifecycle management policy. Lifecycle management policies in Azure provide an efficient way to automate storage optimization. By automatically transitioning data between tiers or deleting outdated blobs, organizations can significantly reduce storage cost and simplify data management. Keep in mind that lifecycle management policies are free of charge. However, customers are billed the standard operation cost for set blob tier API calls. Delete operations are also free. This is how you configure a lifecycle management policy in Azure. That's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Microsoft Azure and other Microsoft related topics. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.